Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I'm an author that's been creating serialized fiction online since 2012, and just last week I turned one of my stories into a game. Yes, you heard me correctly, and I did it all on my own without having to do any coding because I recently discovered this awesome new platform called Dorian that lets independent writers like you and me turn our stories into interactive games with just a few clicks of a button. So Dorian is a multiplayer storytelling platform for writers that launched this year, and at the making of this video can be downloaded on both Android and iOS. The link for that is posted in the description box below. So as many of you already know, if you've been watching me for a while, I primarily write and publish content on Wattpad, and if you're anything like me, then at one point you'll have probably wished to see your story be transformed into something more, whether it be a movie, an audio book, or even an interactive game where your readers can play as your story characters. Well, if you haven't been paying attention to what's playing on the screen, this is basically what Dorian is all about. It's a platform that turns your stories into a fun and visually appealing interactive game with little effort needing to be done on your part, meaning you don't have to be a coder or some high-tech wizard or anything like that to use and be successful on Dorian. I personally don't know jack about coding, but I've always wanted to do something like this for one of my stories, but the only thing that was holding me back was obviously learning how to code. I don't have time for that. I don't have patience for that. So when I found Dorian, I was intrigued. So I was like, let me go ahead and try this out. I got all these freaking gaming apps on my phone. Let me download another one. So when I tried out Dorian for the first time, signed up, yada yada, got into the writer's dashboard where you create the stories, and I was able to get a story going within an hour, again with no coding, and I was genuinely shocked at how simple and straightforward the whole process was. If you're paying attention on the screen, you literally don't have to do any coding. Just fill it in and connect the dots. Not to keep this video going on too long though, I also want to lightly touch upon a few other features that I think is really cool about Dorian. So the first big thing is the can I talk today? The discoverability mechanic. So as a writer, you have a lot of ways to make sure that your story gets discovered. And the most popular way currently is to find a story that you like. Take, for example, the story Special Delivery. If you tap on the spinning button, you'll see similar stories that were made using the Special Delivery prompt. And when you tap Use this story prompt, it allows you to write your own version, which in turn will help your story get discovered by fans in the future. You also have the ability to comment on chapters of story, comment on stories, and converse with other readers as well as the writer. And you can also create stories with your friends, and you can also add specific writers as friends within the app. And even after you publish your story to Dorian, and maybe somebody points out a typo or whatever, you always have the ability to go back and fix it, and the edits will be made live immediately within the app. So once you publish, it's not permanent. Oh god, I gotta delete and start from scratch. You can go back and fix your mistakes. And the last cool feature that really makes this a super unique app in my opinion is the Go Live feature. It's literally you live streaming and reading your story or other writers' stories from the app. If you're friends with someone on the app, they'll be notified that you've gone live, and so will anybody that has subscribed to you and your stories. Anyone can host a live session with any story on the app, provided that the reader has not revoked streaming permissions. And to do so, you just open the story that you want to play and tap the Play Live with Friends button and go from there. As the host, by default, you'll have your video and mic automatically turned on, but you can turn video off so it only shows your Dorian avatar. Now, up to 6 people, I believe they said, can be broadcasters at the same time, so you can add friends to read live with you. But the rest will be audience members who will have no voice or video chat. But the really cool thing about this is when you're playing with everyone together, everyone attending gets to vote on the choices live, and the choice that wins will move forward. So it's like everybody is literally playing the game at once. So that's like super cool. So if you ever want to get into live streaming, or if you ever want to get up close and personal with your fans, this is a perfect way to do it. Super cool. Now, before you guys get to commenting questions, let me answer what I know many of you are already thinking, and that is, how do I sign up for Dorian? How do I use Dorian? And more importantly, while you're all here based off the title, how do I make money off my stories on Dorian? Well, when it comes to signing up, again, there's a link in the description box below. Go ahead and click that, and it will take you to their website where you can apply for writer access. Do keep an eye on your email and or spam folder to find out when you've been approved. Now, when it comes to making money on Dorian, since you're turning your story into an interactive game, character choices is how you will make money writing on Dorian. Interactive stories like these tend to have an even balance between narration, dialogue, and character choices. As the author, you are able to decide how many choices your story will have, as well as how many of them are monetized. So if you've never played an interactive game before, just take a look at the picture. For example, in the video, it pretty much goes like this. So you have Stacy, which is the main character of the story. She gets approached by her crush Jordan at the park, and he admits he has feelings for her. Then he asks her out on a date, to which the reader, which is you, is then presented with 2 choices for Stacy. You have choice A, which is where she goes on the date, or choice B, she turns down the date. Now, if up until this point in your story, you are able to effectively keep the reader's attention and get them attached to your characters, then most readers will opt for choice A, which is the more favorable choice. So in your writer's dashboard on Dorian, as you are writing this story, you will have locked choice A behind a paywall for monetization. So if a reader selected this choice while playing the game on the app, they would then need to unlock it by spending hearts. Hearts allow your fans to support your writing by giving you real money to unlock bonus scenes and bonus content within your stories. I plan to make a more in-depth tutorial covering all this in a later video, as well as going over how to use the Dorian engine in general after you've been approved for writer's access, so do be on the lookout for that. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. To wrap up this video, if any of this is of interest to you as a writer, then I highly suggest you give Dorian a try. I just want to preface one last time, they just came out this year, and given how easy it is to turn your words fiction into a game without any coding experience, it's a platform that I think will blow up at any minute. And a question that I get often, as you know, my channel is mostly centered around Wattpad reading apps and all that. A question that I get all the time is from new readers on Wattpad: I just published my story, I don't have any followers, how do I get reads, how do I get people to stick around, blah 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 blah. Well, taking Dorian into that scenario, the best time to get on and build a name for yourself is right now, because again, the app just came out. There aren't millions of writers creating content all at once like how you would normally see on a site like Wattpad. So when it comes to creating content on Dorian, it's much easier, again, right now, to garner exposure for your stories while simultaneously building a fan base. So when it does take off in a couple months or whatever, whenever, you already got your stories out there, you've already built a fan base, and now you're getting even more traction from new readers and followers that are coming onto the app after the fact. And the best part about this whole freaking thing is that the app is free to use. You don't gotta pay for it, and anyone can sign up and start monetizing their stories. So there's no secret requirements to be met or anything like that. It's open to everyone, at least for now. Rules might change later, I don't know. So what I would suggest is if you are interested in getting on and creating content, now's the best time to do it. Again, links for everything is posted in the description box below if you want to sign up. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more about Dorian, including in-depth tutorials, then drop a like, comment your thoughts below, and I'll see what I can do for you. Other than that, I will catch you guys in the next video.